Okay, welcome to today's class. This is Maths for You, and here we study mathematics every day. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, kindly do so, and also share the link below to your friends and colleagues. So today we will be looking at polynomial functions again, and we're going to learn how to solve linear and quadratic equations simultaneously. So we have example 1, and the question is x plus y equals to 5, and then x squared plus y squared equals to 13. Let's look at the solution. So we consider the first equation to be 1 and then the second equation to be 2. Solution. Now we make x the subject in equation 1, which is this equation. And making x the subject in equation 1 makes x to be equal to 5 minus y. And that is equation 3. Now let's put equation 3 into equation 2, which becomes 5 minus y all squared plus y squared equals to 13. This becomes 25 minus 10y plus 2y squared equals to 13. And then rearranging it, we get 2y squared minus 10y plus 25 minus 13 equals to 0. Finally, this becomes a quadratic equation, which is 2y squared minus 10y plus 12 equals to 0. Simplifying it, we get y squared minus 5y plus 6 equals to 0. So we're going to solve this quadratic equation just as we did in the previous videos. So find the factors, and then we get y squared minus 2y in the bracket, and then minus 3y plus 6 equals to 0. And from this side we bring 1y out, we factor 1y out, and then that becomes y into bracket y minus 2, and then here too we can factor 3 out and get negative 3 into bracket y minus 2 equals to 0. And the two factors of this quadratic equation, that's y squared minus 5y plus 6 equals to 0, is going to be y minus 2 and then y minus 3. Solving them, we have our y to be equal to 2 or y is equal to 3. So we put the values of y into equation 3, which is this equation. So putting it in equation 3, which is x equals to 5 minus y. Now when y is 2, we're going to have x equals to 5 minus 2, and that is going to give us x equals to 3. And when y is 3, we have x equals to 5 minus 3, and that is going to be x equals to 2. Therefore, the final answer is going to be x, y is such that x equal to 2 when y is equal to 3, and x is equal to 3 when y is equal to 2. Example 2. We have x plus y equals to 5 and xy equals to 6, making x plus y equals to 5 to be equation 1 and xy equals to 6 to be equation 2. Solution. We make x the subject, and that is x equals to 5 minus y, as we have there, and that becomes equation 3. And then we substitute it into equation 2. Okay, and that becomes 5 minus y times y equals to 6. So this finally gives us 5y minus y squared equals to 6, and that becomes negative y squared plus 5y minus 6 equals to 0. And finally, the quadratic equation becomes y squared minus 5y plus 6 equals to 0. We solve this quadratic equation and then get the values of y, and then substitute it into equation 3, then get the values of x. So the factors of this quadratic equation, that is y squared minus 5y plus 6 equals to 0, is y minus 2 and then y minus 3 equals to 0. So y is equal to 2 or y is equal to 3. Therefore, substituting the values of y into the equation 3, which is x equals to 5 minus y, we have the when y is 2, our x is going to be equal to 3, and when y is 3, our x is equal to 2.